everyone, I'm Kevin, this is Kaden,
Hi.
and this is Snacking Around the World.
Woohoo.
Welcome back. We are glad that you're here. This week we are excited to take you to Ukraine. So we are going to stay in Europe, but visit a little bit of a different part than where we've been before. So we've got lots of good things, both sweet and savory, and we're excited to get started. So we are going to start off with something that is actually similar to the most popular food in Ukraine, which is bread.
Huh.
I'm pretty good with bread being the most popular food.
Yeah.
So it's actually nicknamed the breadbasket of Europe, Ukraine is, and they produce more than 82 million tons of grain every year. Even their country's flag has grain and wheat right into the country's flag. So these are roasted garlic rye chips.
They look
and
delicious.
They look delicious. They look a lot like the chips inside Chex Mix, and we'll see what they taste like.
Yep. They definitely taste like the chips that are in Chex Mix, but they have a little more salty flavor to it.
Yeah, they have quite a bit more flavor. You can get some of the garlic in there. They're really crunchy. But they're a really good flavor and a really nice way to start off
Definitely.
our tour through Ukraine. All right, now we are going to switch from something savory to something sweet. So this candy bar is made by the Roshan Candy Company. It is one of the world's largest confectionaries, and they make more than 450,000 tons of candy every year.
Whoa.
The really interesting thing about this candy company is that it was started by a former president of Ukraine. So he's kind of the Willy Wonka of Ukraine's chocolate world, and he is called the Chocolate King. So this is a caramel bubble white chocolate bar, and they actually have infused air into the chocolate in order to give it lots of little tiny bubbles. I don't know if you'll be able to see them in the camera, but there's lots of little tiny bubbles in there. So this should be really tasty and melt a little bit. And be something kind of totally new.
I kind of thought it was gonna be cheese before. You definitely know that they put the air into it though.
You bite in thinking kind of you have a hard, crunchy chocolate, and your teeth just go right through it. You get a little bit of caramel and a lot of white chocolate.
That's really good.
That's very good. All right, up next on our tour is another really popular flavor in Ukraine. It's called a Chika, and it's a red pepper, garlic, herb, and spice paste. It has coriander and dill. And Ukrainians actually borrowed this from the country of Georgia next door. And in Ukraine, they took the paste and they added some tomato and extra spicy spices in there to give it their own flavor. And so now they use it on a lot of different things, including these Chika and veal flavored potato crisps.
Yum.
So these are very much like Pringles. They're not potato chips, they're potato crisps. So they're potato powder that's turned into a crunchy snack. And
You can yeah.
Go ahead.
You can tell that they're not a potato chip because you don't get as much crunch as you would with the potato chip.
Yep. You can really smell the meatiness of the veal. It kind of tastes a little bit like this was grilled. You can taste that meat flavor. A little bit of the Chika. I would like it to be a little spicier, actually. I like spicy things. That's coming later. But they're really good. I will continue to eat these. So our next sweet treat takes a really long time to bake or to make. The flavoring that's in here looks like caramel, but it's actually called baked milk, which is a Ukrainian specialty where they actually simmer milk for 8 hours, which causes some chemical changes and structural changes, and it turns into almost a caramel. So this is going to be a really interesting treat. It's a layered wafer candy bar, so it has 11 different layers of this baked milk caramel and crispy wafers, and it is a baked milk and dark chocolate caramel wafer bar.
I think this is going to taste amazing. I really liked that creaminess of the outside and then the wafer crunchiness on the inside.
Yeah, I like the flavor of that caramel. It's a little bit different than what a normal, really super sugary caramel would be. It's very, very sweet still with the chocolate and the wafers.
And it's not as sticky as normal caramel would be.
Yeah, that was really tasty. I'm excited that there's more of that left in there. All right, so Ukrainians really like spicy things. We talked about that with the Chika chips, and we're going to really find out about it in these. So this is these chips that come in here. This is the box that they're in, and each chip is actually the length of the whole box, but they're super duper paper thin. And so they look like they're going to be really delicate and light, but these are actually wasabi chip strips.
Oh boy.
So these will, I bet these will be pretty spicy. Let's try them.
Ooh. Oh man. That is really spicy.
That is very wasabi in it. Those are...
Wow.
Those make my face turn red. I'm excited to eat more of them, but they are really spicy. That is a really strong wasabi flavor. The chips are good.
The spice doesn't last too long, though. It just comes at you and then it just stops.
Which means you want to eat more.
Exactly.
All right, for our last treat today, we are going back to sweet, which is always my favorite. So this type of cake actually came out of food shortages in World War II. They weren't able to have a lot of fresh dairy, and so the Ukrainians started using sweetened condensed milk in their baking, and they would mix together a lot of leftover baked goods with some sweetened condensed milk and kind of make a no-bake cake out of all of those leftover baked goods and then the sweetness of the milk. So this is a sweetened condensed milk cream cake.
This looks amazing. I can't quite grasp what the flavor of the inside is because I feel like I've tasted it before. It's really, really good.
It's not very sweet, which I like. The cake's really light and fluffy, but it has some spices to it and not just sugar.
Yeah.
That one is
very
delicious. Well, that was our trip through Ukraine. Thank you so much for joining us. Kate, anything that was your favorite that jumped out for you?
I think the wasabi chips, crisps, whatever you want to call them, are my favorite because I am a huge person on spicy things.
Yeah, those were very spicy and very tasty. I liked all three of the sweet things that were in here. I really liked that caramel and wafer crisp candy bar. But there wasn't a thing we had today that I didn't really enjoy. So I'm excited to explore more things from Ukraine, and thank you all for joining us. See us here again in a couple of more weeks when we bring you to another country.